Deep within the Soviet Union, shrouded in secrecy, a chilling experiment unfolded. 5 souls, deemed enemies of the state, were chosen, their crime irrelevant, their purpose lab rats in a gruesome exploration of human endurance, the objective to keep them awake at any cost, for 30 days and 30 nights. The scientists, driven by a thirst for knowledge and a chilling disregard for human life, sought to unlock the secrets of sleep deprivation. What happens when the mind is denied its most basic need? What horrors lurk within the depths of prolonged wakefulness? The answers, they would soon discover, were far more terrifying than they could have imagined. The stage was set for a descent into madness, a macabre spectacle of human suffering. The year was 1947. The Second World War had left its scars on the world, and the Soviet Union, cloaked in paranoia, pursued scientific dominance. Within a secret laboratory, the experiment began. The subjects, malnourished and weak, were promised freedom. A cruel lie. The laboratory was a testament to the brutal efficiency of the Soviet regime, cold, sterile, and echoing with an unsettling silence. The first few days were uneventful. The subjects, their minds still relatively clear, chatted amongst themselves, clinging to the hope of release. But the scientists, their faces hidden behind thick gas masks, had other plans. They introduced a stimulant into the air supply, a colorless, odorless gas designed to keep the subjects awake. The effects were subtle at first: increased agitation, a heightened sense of anxiety. The subjects became irritable, their conversations laced with paranoia and suspicion. The gas, a sinister puppet master, began to pull at the strings of their sanity. Sleep, that sweet release, became an elusive phantom, a distant memory that haunted their waking nightmares. Section 4. Descent into madness. As days bled into nights, the subjects' minds began to unravel. The gas, a cruel tormentor, tightened its grip, twisting their perceptions, blurring the line between reality and hallucination. They became shadows of their former selves, their eyes wide and bloodshot, their bodies racked with tremors. The once mundane chamber transformed into a nightmarish landscape. The walls seemed to breathe. The shadows danced with unseen horrors. The subjects, trapped in their own personal hells, devolved into fits of rage, their sanity crumbling with each passing hour. The scientists, their initial curiosity giving way to morbid fascination, watched the spectacle unfold, their notebooks filled with chilling observations. Section 5. Sleepless torment. Sleep deprivation, science tells us, is an insidious form of torture. After just 24 hours without sleep, cognitive function begins to decline. Concentration wavers, decision-making becomes impaired, and hallucinations may occur. After 72 hours, the effects become more severe. Paranoia sets in, speech slurs, and motor skills deteriorate. The subjects of the Russian sleep experiment were far beyond this point. Their bodies, pushed to the brink, began to shut down. They were no longer capable of rational thought, their minds consumed by the horrors inflicted upon them. They had become prisoners in their own decaying bodies, their humanity slowly being extinguished by the relentless torment of sleep deprivation. Section 6. Horrors Unleashed. The gruesome climax arrived on the 15th day. The subjects, driven mad by sleeplessness and the insidious gas, turned on each other. The chamber, once a place of quiet suffering, became a scene of unimaginable carnage. The scientists, their faces pale with horror, watched through the one-way glass as the subjects, their humanity extinguished, tore into each other with a ferocity born of madness. The screams, muffled by the thick walls, echoed through the laboratory, a chilling testament to the depths of human depravity. When the military team, dispatched to contain the chaos, finally breached the chamber, they were met with a scene straight out of a nightmare. The floor was awash in blood, the air thick with the stench of death. The subjects, barely recognizable as human, were subdued and restrained, their eyes burning with a terrifying emptiness. Section 7. Whispers of Truth. The experiment, deemed a horrific failure, was buried beneath layers of Soviet secrecy. The surviving subjects were never seen again. The scientists were sworn to secrecy, their findings locked away. But some secrets refused to remain buried. Whispers of the experiment leaked out, carried on the winds of rumor. Was it a true story or merely a chilling urban legend? The truth remains lost in the shadows.